Hello, everyone. Welcome out to CarSheild Field for today's G.A.C. South Classic. We've got the first of 3 games for you here today, and we got a dandy starting off here. Home team, Francis Howell Vikings, taking on the Francis Howell North Knights. Francis Howell Vikings, number 1 team in the state. Coaches poll, YBM poll, whatever poll, most poll. Everybody's poll. They are consensus number 1 in the state, taking on a Howell North team that is playing very well. Lost a tight one to this Vikings team 2-1 yesterday at home. So I think we're going to see another one that's going to be a tight contest. We have this Howell North team at 20 in Class 6, and I think they're very well worth it. They're playing, like I said, the best baseball, and they, I think, have a really good shot at coming out of that District 3 in Class 6. You got DeSmet over there, SLU, of course, probably have something to say about it. You got CBC, probably have something to say about it. So you got, I think, even DeSmet, I know they haven't played very well, but they got talent over there. There's, I think, 4 teams here, 4 or 5 teams that have a really good opportunity to be champions of that District 3. So we're going to see a lot. It's the first time we're seeing Howell North this season, so we're excited to bring this to you. We're going to get to our starting lineups here for first this Francis Howell team, who just came off, Howell North team, that will be visitors in black jerseys with the gold numbers and lettering. Gray pants, leading off, number 2, Logan Mall. In the 2-hole will be number 22, Carson Howard. In the 3-hole, the pitcher, number 28, Carter Stover. And in the 4-hole, number 21, the DH, Will Gorski. In the 5-hole, number 25, Landon Steeritt. In the 6-hole, number 10, Cooper Harrell. In the 7-hole, number 4, Caden Zia. In the 8-hole, number 11, Carter Singler. And in the 9-hole, number 3, Colin Hodges. Seeing these guys warm up, finishing up here. I'll take you around here. Like I said, I want to look at the box score from yesterday from this game. I think it bears looking at when you... I'm going to pull the schedule up. Hang on one moment, folks. 2-1 ball game. Carson Howard pitched for this team yesterday, and Howard went 7 innings, 5 hits, gave up 2 earned runs, had 1 walk, 7 Ks in the loss. And Eli Skidmore went 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, and we don't have the Ks there for him. Doesn't look like he had any Ks, but Andrew Dirks come in, the lefty, came in, threw 1 inning, 2 Ks, got the save. Mason Bogard yesterday for the Vikings was 2 for 3. Brady Tanner 1 for 3 with an RBI, and Jackson Vaughn was 1 for 2 with a double, and scored, I believe. Nope, it was the 2 runs were scored by Shane Ernst and A.J. Jones. A.J. Jones on with a walk, so very little offense in that game yesterday. We may see the same today. Yesterday, Carson Howard, of course, who pitched, was 2 for 3, had the lone RBI, and the run scored was Carter Singler. Landon Steeritt was 1 for 3, along with Gorski and Cooper Harrell. So Carter Stover was also 1 for 3 in that game. So they had 6 hits against Eli Skidmore. It'll be interesting to see how they do against Dylan Curtis today, and we'll get that starting lineup here for you for the home team, Francis Howell Vikings. Leading off, number 0, I believe it's number 0. There, he's sitting right there. Yep, 0. Cool. A.J. Jones. In the 2 hole, number 10, Brady Tanner. In the 3 hole, number 30, Jackson Vaughn. In the 4 hole, number 12, Matt Rouser. In the in the 5 hole, number 3, Mason Bogard. And then in the 6 hole, number 18, Leo Humbert. In the 7 hole, number 13, Jack Bogard. In the 8 hole, number 1, Colin Lovelady. He'll be the DH today. And in the 9 hole, number 7, Shane Ernst. And that is our starting lineups for today's game. We'll get to the defensive setups as we get closer to the ball game. When we're talking about the G.A.Cs, this is one of those matchups where you're going to have an upstart. I don't know. I don't know if I want to call them an upstart, but a team like Howell North, who hasn't had, they've been struggling over the last few seasons. They have some good pitching now. Do they have enough to know how to win a ball game like this, close ball games, conference games, to set themselves up for that district play? And I think that's going to be the interesting question as we continue to move through the season. Because in Class 6, like we were talking about earlier, Howell North is in that District 3, CBC, DeSmet, and SLU. Those other 3 teams, Pattonville with Mason Lee, got a good arm, but when you're talking about seeding here, I think Francis Howell North wants to get as many good wins as they can to look at seeding to be in one of those top seeds, because you've got Hazelwood Central, Hazelwood West, Rittner also in this district. And we know they're going to be in the lower end of that. SLU is playing very well. CBC has a lot of young talent. So you've got the district setting up there where Francis Howell North could be in that. They're definitely going to be in the top 4 seeds. Definitely going to be a top 4 seeds. It's going to be interesting to see where they end up at the end of this season. In District 4, which is where Francis Howell and the Vikings are, you've got, of course, their nemesis, Fort Zumwalt West, sitting there. North Point, who we saw last night, is playing very good baseball. Timberland with Richie Swain. Sansony, I believe, is the young man. Their number 2 is going today. 2 good, solid arms there. They can be dangerous. Troy Buchanan is starting to play some better baseball at this point. So District 4 with Howell. And Howell Central, who we're going to see in Game 2 here today, no matter what, I mean, Coach Beckman, they have a young team. They're starting to find a little bit of their stride as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play today. I think Howell Central is going to be a tough out for anybody, but District 4 is shaping up to be a very difficult district for anybody. I mean, Troy Buchanan, Timberland, North Point, Fort Zumwalt West. Fort Zumwalt North, if you got to face Cam Lohman, good luck with that. We saw him yesterday in 5 innings, strike out 11. Now, Zumwalt South does not have the same type of lineup as these teams, but Cam Lohman looked very good, and I think can beat anybody around. So it'll be interesting if you got an arm like that going for Fort Zumwalt North, what ends up happening there. These are 2 teams, but these 2 districts, you're very much, I think, Howell 1, Fort Zumwalt West 2. You're looking at North Point in 3. And I think it's kind of a toss-up there. I think Howell Central, Timberland, Troy Buchanan could be, in that 4 seed, depending upon, where they finish. I think Zumwalt North, Liberty, going to be right there. But also good arms. We're going to see Ryan Dobratz later today in the second game throwing against Howell Central. So good matchup between Lucas Williams and Ryan Dobratz later, or in Game 2 at 4:30. Make sure you tune in for that one too, right? That's what I'm saying. G.A.C. Classic. We're having some fun out here. It's been some really good baseball the last couple days, or yesterday and last Wednesday. That's what it was. If you missed any of those games, go check it out, especially that nightcap. Two Class 4 teams duking it out, very good teams. St. Charles West and Orchard Farm played at Dandy. Max Kelch was pitching for Orchard Farm, and you had Brody Anderson for St. Charles West. Those guys dealing all night long. It was a 1-0 ball game. I think it was the third or fourth inning. Brennan Gehring hit one over the left field fence there in the stands, and that was the only run of the ball game. So, G.A.C., no matter what, man, tough. So we got Howell taking the field, and we'll set the defense for the Howell Vikings. Behind the plate, the battery mate for Dylan Curtis is Shane Ernst. At first base will be Jackson Vaughn. At second base, Brady Tanner. At shortstop, Jack Bogard. At third base will be Matt Rouser. In right field, A.J. Jones. In center field is Leo Humbert. And in left field will be Mason Bogard. That will be setting us up for the Howell Vikings. Our player spotlight today presented by CNB Bank. Yeah. Correct? Yes. CNB Bank. Dylan Curtis on the mound for the Howell Vikings is our player spotlight to start off this game here. This young man is uber talented, sophomore, big, tall, lanky right-hander. And, I'm looking at the wrong team here. I'll get to the right one. There we go. He's 3-1 on the season with a 1.47 ERA. This is his fifth appearance and his fourth start. He's got one complete game and 19 innings of work. Mr. Curtis has 26 Ks on the season, only 8 walks. He's got a .89 whip, which is pretty tremendous, and an opponent's batting average against is 132. So that means there's not a lot of batters that get on base, and that's why his ERA is at a 1.47. So Howell North has it to do today, and our player spotlight brought to you by CNB Bank here in St. Louis. Logan Mole stepping in to lead off this game for Howell North. First pitch at 1:58. Beautiful day out here, and it's ball one. Cloud cover today. It's going to be about 80 degrees. And that's ball two. We'll be joined here anytime by my sidekick, Mitchie the Kid Thomas. Ground ball back up the middle. Tanner ranging is going to make no. Throw's not going to be in time to get the speedy Mole for an infield single to start the game. Carson Howard up next. Mr. Howard's been hitting very well here in the early part of the season for this Howell North team. He's got a .300 batting average, slugging .500, 7 doubles, a home run with 11 RBIs. Ball one. Misses outside. On deck is Carter Stover. If you're going to get a good pitcher, you got to get him early. That's usually when they're working to settle into a game. Finding everything. So trying to scratch a run, get a couple runs here would be huge for Howell North. Leadoff runner on. And that's outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Howard. The dugouts are abuzz. Did you like that? A buzz? I got nothing. 3 balls and a strike. No, don't pay attention to me. Three balls, 2 strikes. Tough one there. My crack crew down there, Lauren and Drew Klutz, bringing you all the pictures, the graphics, keeping score for you. Appreciate you joining us here. Oh, that's a great piece of hitting. Maul in motion is into third base. On the 3-2 pitch, grounded through the hole. First and third, nobody out with Stover coming up. I love that approach there. Howard tried just hitting behind the runner, hit it through the hole. That's a great piece of hitting right there, folks. Stover fouls one back into the netting. Woo! Shot down the line in the seats. Curtis is ahead in the count for the first time, 0-2. Stover shortens up on the bat. Takes a ball low. Stands are starting to fill up here as the fans start piling. Everybody's leaving work early. Try to catch the ball game. Oh, that's a really good pitch, and Stover is down on strikes for out number 1. Will Gorski at the plate. And that ball is promptly hit into the gap, cut off by A.J. Jones. He bobbles it a bit, but the run scores and Howard's into third with an RBI single by Will Gorski to get Howell North the lead early in this game. Landon Sterrett, the third baseman, at the plate now. Big curveball from Curtis for strike 1. Gorski taking the first pitch and hammering it into the gap. That's a nice play by Jones to cut that off and keep Gorski at first. One ball, 2 strikes. That's a big swing and a miss on a nice curveball from Curtis. So 3 singles and 2 Ks in this inning. 1-0 Howell North. Cooper Harrell at the plate. That's a strike on the outside corner. Popped up foul back out of play. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. So 3 singles and 3 Ks. Howell North jumps out on top 1-0. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, folks, we've got, let's set up the defense here for the Howell North Knights. On the mound and his battery mate, we have Carter Stover, and the catcher, Carter Mock. At first, Carter Singler. At second base is Carson Howard. At shortstop, Caden Zia. The third baseman will be Landon Sterrett. In right field, Logan Mole. In center field will be Colin Hodges, and in left field, Cooper Harrell. We have another player spotlight for you presented by C&B Bank St. Louis. Carter Stover, this young man for Howell North, has been lights out. Mr. Stover is 4-0 on the season. This is his 6th appearance. He's got 5 starts, 2 complete games. He's 4-0 on the season with a .94. That is minuscule 9.4 ERA in 29 and two-thirds innings. Not to mention, this young man is struck out 57 batters while only walking 7. And there you go. That's why. Throwing strikes right off the get to the leadoff A.J. Jones. But Stover, not to mention, he's got that .78 whip and a 147 opponent's batting average. So we got a dandy pitching matchup here, and it's popped up. Back. Oh, good hustle by the catcher Mock, but not quite there. It's quickly 0-2. And that is our player spotlight presented by C&B Bank STL. So Stover's quickly head 0-2 to Jones, as I am joined by, well, we'll wait. We'll let him get situated here.
I'm here.
We'll let him get situated. Mitchie the Kid himself, thanks for joining us, bud.
I am happy to be here. I would have liked to have been here a little bit ago, but sometimes business calls, so.
That's what it works, right? You gotta take care of your business.
Yeah, well, these are, normally we're 4 o'clock start time, and so I usually get a little bit more of my day to handle business, but not today.
Grounded foul. Nice job here by A.J. Jones. He's 0-2. But he's battling in here. Misses low, ball 1. So we've got quite the matchup here with Carter Stover and Dylan Curtis today, Mitch.
I have been trying to share this information with about everybody that I could today to go out and tune in and watch this ball game between these two programs today.
Howell North scratched first. They got a run against Curtis. You know, it's the crazy thing here as that ball is to the stop. It's 2-2. North comes out, 3 singles, scores a run. Curtis strikes out 3.
You may need to get a little looser.
Right? Isn't that's the way it usually goes, right? Struck out the side, but gave up 3 hits and a run. Grounded back up the middle. Howard to it. Out number 1. Nice play by Carson Howard. Brady Tanner coming to the plate.
Stover's a senior for North, correct?
That's correct.
I think these are one of those games where, you know, you come out here and you get the juices flowing early on and, you know, take advantage of, you know, trying to get first pitch strikes. And I think that's what you're supposed to do as a hitter. But as a pitcher, you got to do the same.
Absolutely.
Stover looks like he's trying to stay away from these Howell hitters in the early going here.
Why not?
Well, I mean, let them beat it off the wall. If they've got good defense, you just throw them out at second base.
Stover in the stretch with nobody on. That's outside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Brady Tanner. Carter Stover, our player of the game, presented by C&B Bank St. Louis. Banking for you. That's popped up shallow left field coming on, and it drops. A little that was a little confusion, I think, between the two out there. Communication. I heard them talking, but then there you go.
Yeah, you can never give up on plays. That's one thing we teach our infielders to do is you go out till you get called off.
Right.
You miss a step, you know, there you go.
Hey, who doesn't he know, right? I tell you, everybody, there it is right there. Hey, Mitch, how you doing?
That's Jonesy's dad.
Okay, all right. And Jackson Vaughn to the plate now. This is not the guy you want to see with runner in scoring position.
I don't think you want to see anybody from the heart of that lineup.
Boy, it just gets that way, doesn't it, Mitch? Vaughn hitting .389 on the season. He takes ball 1. That's a good off-speed pitch for strike 1.
That's a thing, like when you see a team like Howell on your schedule, and you know it's in an atmosphere like this, it just intensifies, you know, the emotions and energy of a game when you go in this. And sometimes when you start, you know, you get a little too geeked.
That's going to be way back out of play. That went a little further than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah, so it's a matter of being able to control those emotions because, obviously when you get the heart rates going, you know, you start to muscle up and things like that, and
right.
you tend to overthrow, and then you start getting gassed early. Like, people don't understand, when you got the juices flowing, it actually takes a ton of energy out.
That adrenaline rush at the beginning, it can tire you out.
Good pitch. That's a good pitch anyways.
Held up.
I feel like that's a high school strike. Maybe down.
Maybe. 2-2. I was surprised Vaughn was able to hold up.
Well, looking at his numbers, he's got some plate discipline.
Yes. Oh, that's a heck of a good pitch for Stover. Adding to his strikeout total at, you know, that's 58 now. My goodness.
Well, You could definitely tell that he was trying to sit heater there, and then he flipped that changeup. That's a good sequence by pitcher-catcher.
Matt Rouser doesn't get any easier here with Rouser in the 4-hole.
Both middles actually went to work the base runner there because he was getting a big lead, and Stover almost let him out to dry. It's a good thing he was off the plate there.
That is a good curve. His off-speed stuff works, man.
It's got different depth than we're used to seeing. A lot of guys like to mix in that little sweeper nowadays. He's got more of your 12-6, kind of 11-5.
Absolutely.
Curveball.
Little cat and mouse over there. Oh, just got it off the end of the bat. Nice
play.
piece of hitting. Here
play.
it comes. No. Speed of Brady Tanner beats the throw. And Matt Rouser delivers a 2-out RBI single to bring Howell into a tie.
Both teams early jumping on the opponent's pitching. He had the Stover, you can argue is the ace of this staff.
Mm-hmm. Fastball to Bogard. Strike one. So both teams scratch with a couple of hits. It's a 1-1 game. And that's the thing, Mitch. We always talk about if you're going to get after a good pitcher, you got to do it early.
Yep, don't let them settle in.
Right.
Make it uncomfortable as they're trying to make it uncomfortable for you.
1 ball, 1 strike. A little raucous here in the ballpark, right? There he goes. And the throw down is
good shot.
In time.
That's a quick release right there.
That was a heck of a throw by Mock. Cuts down Rouser. We're going to the top of the second inning, 1-1.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development, whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness. Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right. Thank you to Legacy Performance Academy for sponsoring today's broadcast. We appreciate it. STLLPA.com. Maximize your potential and maximize your performance. Right, Mitch?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. We were talking on the show this morning. Hey, if you get a chance, go check out the show today, Baseball Talk Missouri with Kevin Mulder. We talked a lot about what happened over this week and what's going on. A lot of good baseball happening. We previewed this a little bit. Talking about some freshmen, too, that are getting it done around the area, man. There's some really good freshmen across the board playing some good baseball in the area. So I'm very excited about that.
You got some freshmen, eh?
Some freshmen.
Well, I know that there's some sophomores because we've seen quite a few of those the last couple of weeks. I have not. I don't think I've paid attention enough to the freshman level just because they need time. But this conference is so loaded with senior depth on the bump. That's the thing I'm most excited about, just because we got guys in the mid-90s.
Name you probably know, Brady Rollo.
I know Rollo.
He's getting it done at CBC, dude. Yeah.
I need to start paying a few more spend a little bit more time paying attention to the MCC because I have players that are in private schools, and I love the G.A.Cs. Can you tell?
So 2-0 to the leadoff here, Caden Zia, the shortstop for Howell North. That arm slot, the way Curtis kind of slings the ball at you, it's almost like a lefty, isn't it?
I don't know what you want to call it. It's different, you know, and I could tell you as a hitter, I never liked the guy standing on the third base side of the rubber, kind of, you know, striding towards that side and then slings it across his body. I never liked facing that. Typically they had, you know,
it's a little harder to pick up too, isn't it?
Yeah, because it almost feels like he's throwing it behind you. And then, you know, that ball's cutting across the plate. And back when in the, you know, 90s, whatever today's sweeper was our slurve.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, that's kind of what we called it back then. And these kind of guys were good at having those kinds of pitches. You're looking for the walk there.
Got to learn from that.
Yeah, be more aggressive. Guy's not going to walk you.
Carter Singler at the plate after the 4th strikeout for Dylan Curtis. Strike 1. He's had a little trouble so far. He's been a little inconsistent. He's gotten ahead on some and not on others. So I think that needs a little more consistency that way.
Yeah, it's going to be up to this Howell North team to continue to be patient and just battle through your at-bats and then take advantage of them again down the road because, again, we're going back to free bases is what's going to –
little fist up the middle is going to get through. Oh, and he fell down, but he's going to get there.
Hopefully he's all right.
Boy, he had enough to strong arm it through the middle there off the hands.
I guess he was looking for 2. The only thing that's out there is his ego.
1 out single there for Singler and brings up Colin Hodges in the 9-hole. Center fielder. And he bunts it up, and that's going to be caught for out number 2. So if you cannot execute, you will be executed. I know that seems a little harsh, but it's just, you know, a fact.
It's only harsh in today's world. It's not harsh to me. I'm older.
Because that's, you know, you're executed. You're out. That's all we mean by right?
Well, that's what the game is.
Execution, right?
Listen, you have 1 out. The kid struck out. You have a guy on first base and you're bunting. You have to get it down. If you're trying to put a runner in scoring position at second base with 2 outs, you can't waste an AB there.
No, and you're back to the top of the order with Logan Mall.
I would take it personal to make sure I got that bunt down. I'm not saying that I liked it in that situation by the coach, but that's just my opinion.
Little ground ball off the backside of the bat, foul. Two balls and a strike. And that is ball 3. So, like I said, here's where Curtis, he's up and down, getting ahead or being behind. And that's where you got to take advantage of that.
100%. That's why I'm not necessarily a big fan on that bunt situation. Because now you get one of your big hitters to come up here, you know, and a runner in scoring position. Imagine if he had this with maybe 1 out.
Absolutely.
I know how this game works. You can never do the what-if stuff, but
first and second 2 out. Howard, who singled his first at bat and was stranded at third.
I'm just trying to kind of justify why I wouldn't bunt there.
No, I understand. Logan Mall on for his second time. That's low. Ball one. Pretty good crowd here for a 2 o'clock afternoon
Oh,
game.
the parking lot's full.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, and
Ooh.
there's a shortage of bus drivers, so I don't know if both teams had to end up driving over here.
Right,
but
right.
I had to park all the way down at the very end of the stadium instead of behind the stadium. I have been the last 2 weeks.
Curtis steps off, so everybody kind of resets. Howard, 1 ball, 1 strike. Stover on deck. Curtis finally gets the pitch he wants. And a ground ball that is Tanner. Oh, that's a heck of a nice play by Brady Tanner. And shortstop there ends the threat. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. We are tied. Bottom second. Sorry, we're tied. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, folks, we're back. Appreciate STLPA. What did he say? What we got? What did we have there?
Curtis was 90-91 and Stover's 88, 87, 89. He's hit 90 a couple times.
Courtesy of the guru himself, Mr. Kevin Mulder.
The Kevin Mulder.
Yeah, we appreciate it. He's dropping knowledge everywhere, Mitch. Like I said, go check out the show. Today he was on talking baseball, so around the state. After you're done here, though, we got Mason Bogard coming back up. He was up when the runner got cut down, and we're going to be here at the bottom of the second. So I'm looking for another close one here again.
Well, we saw it in that first inning. It could have been damaging here. The free base, you have to eliminate that in games like this. We had the mistake out there. I call that a mistake out in shallow left field. That ball was hit too high. That has to be caught. The missed opportunity with the bunts. Those kinds of things that who's going to execute or be executed, as you said.
If you do not execute that, you lose. We've seen that we saw that yesterday. When you cannot execute in situations, it puts you in a deficit, and you usually end up losing the ball game.
Well, with the depth that you have in these conferences, you can't give up free things. Sometimes you can get away with it,
Right.
and you can have a mental lapse, or you can, whatever the case may be. Yes, these pitchers can make up for it. But you can't keep giving 4 and 5 opportunities a game. You can give up 1 and 2. You can't keep playing with fire.
Exactly.
It eventually burns you.
Big hop. He's going to have to get rid of it quick. Nice play by Howard. You got the speedy Bogard getting down the line. Out number 1. And that's always tough. I think you have a tendency, you got speed there. I thought Howard did that very well, had to wait for that to come down, didn't rush, but made a good, strong throw.
Yeah, he just pitched yesterday, too. I think he had 100 pitches yesterday.
Yeah. Leo Humbert hitting here in the 6 hole, swings and misses, strike 1.
This ain't your average 6-hole hitter, but
No.
you could tell that he is on the struggle bus to start this league season,
Yes.
conference play.
It happens to everybody, man. That ball's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Humbert.
Yeah, my junior year of high school, I was lost at the plate. I know what that's like.
Good curveball. he has mixed in that curveball changeup off that fastball. He's got these batters off balance.
Yeah, it looks like he's got two different depths to his pitches, too. I'm not sure if maybe he's throwing one slower, but
Fastball by him upstairs, and it's quickly 2 outs here for Howell North.
we've seen that on Leo this year. The fastball up in the zone has been beating him pretty consistent. We saw that against West. I think he had the golden sombrero in that game.
Yeah. Jack Bogart at the plate. The shortstop takes strike 1. Going to need a stapler, too, maybe some barrettes for the hat.
For these, I tell you
Get
what.
the bobby pins, right?
No,
Get the bobby
what I
pins.
want to do is go get one of them, either a Velcro hat so I can stick it to his hair because he's got all that hair going on. But the old trucker style hat.
Oh, yeah, baby. There you go.
Adjustable fits.
Yep.
Tie that thing on a little tighter, buddy.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's outside. 2-1. On deck, Mr. Colin Lovelady of the no-hit variety in Como. Semifinal game, throws a no-hitter.
Oh, let's go.
We're going to be talking to him. We'll have an interview with him after the game here. We'll have that posted on some social media. Another big swing. He's got good, you look at this, I'm watching Stover, and all of a sudden you just watch a lot of swing and miss, and you're like, wow.
Well, look at him now versus the difference in the first inning. A little bit more relaxed. You could tell that the chest is
Grounded to the second baseman. Howard with the 2 plays for the out, and a 1-2-3 inning for Stover. We're going to the top of the 3rd inning. Score 1-1.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right, folks, we got a player spotlight for you presented by CNB Bank St. Louis. Will Gorski, Francis Howell North. He is hitting in. He'll be up second behind Stover in this inning. This young man, Mitch, is hitting .409 on the season, slashing .509, .455. He's got 3 runs scored, a couple of doubles, 12 RBIs on the season. You look at that, and he's hitting in that 4-hole. He's already got the RBI single, scoring the run. Got to love that for your DH, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he in league play, he's hitting 385. He got an OBP of 500. That's going to go up today with his RBI opportunity that he had. And that's big to be able to hit Howard 2, Stover 3, and this young man 4 for protection, something I don't think they've had in the past.
Absolutely. Our CNB St. Louis Bank Player Spotlight. Will Gorski. Banking for you if you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without the mystery, or access to business capital without any surprises. Visit one of CNB St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. Stover hits one deep, but Humbert kind of just gallops to the ball and makes the catch. Out number 1.
He may be struggling at the dish. Speed will never slump, and jumps like that. He's a heck of an outfielder.
Gorski now at the plate. Got the RBI single here to get Howell North on the board. Takes ball 1. Grounded back up the middle. Tanner to it. Says his feet. Jackson Vaughn, he is a pick a machine.
Little Hoover. Little Kirby. My dad gave a nickname to one of our shout out to Billy Paymaster. He's in San Diego now, but he called him Kirby Hoover.
Is that right?
Yeah, that was the two best vacuums back in the day. So he called him Kirby Hoover was his nickname.
There you go. Gotta love that. Another grounder, 2, Tanner.
That's efficient.
That's a 1-2-3 for Curtis. We're going to the bottom of the third inning, tied 1-1. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, folks, we've got our second player spotlight presented by CNB Bank St. Louis. Mason Bogard, this young man, we saw him in the last inning. He grounded out to the second baseman, but Mason's been having a big year for Hal here. 420, 463, slugging 560, 5 doubles, a triple, 13 ribbies, and he scored 18 runs. The production that Hal gets out of these guys, and I mean, you see a Bogard, you see his brother, a freshman, playing shortstop. These young men, they get it done. Doesn't matter their size, doesn't matter anything. They're hitting the baseball all over the ballpark, Mitch.
They do their thing, and it's next man up in that mentality for this group. And you know, any given day, they strap these cleats on, man. It's somebody else.
Our player spotlight for the Francis Howell Vikings, Mason Bogard, presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. It is banking for you. That is ball 1 to Colin Lovelady, his first at bat. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without mystery or access to business capital without any surprises, visit one of CNB St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or check them out online at cnbstl.com. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Get in there.
2 balls and no strikes to Colin Lovelady.
I don't know if those are misses, buddy, but I love the inside. Get in there, challenge those hitters. Opens up everything else.
It's 3-0.
This umpire's a little tighter than yesterday. I think a couple of them pitches are pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want these two offenses, especially this one over here on the third base dugout, getting, I have to throw it down the middle.
No. That'll get you ugly real quick. And misses low, and that's a leadoff walk for Lovelady. Shane Ernst, I'm betting. Here, you can print this one. You put $1 million on it. He's bunting. Told you. It's ball 1.
I wonder what they're talking about their bunt defense. I don't think they really changed it. So let's see if Howell's going to take advantage of maybe a bunt and run.
Gets it down right in front of the catcher. Mock up. Makes the play.
That's always scary as a first baseman when that ball starts to cross that line.
He did a nice job. Good footwork, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't pay attention to it until I got to watch Albert Pujols, play first base, and he would kind of come across the bag and, switch feet or anything like that. And I was like, you can do that? I thought we had to hang in there and get smoked, and no, you can do that. Be safe.
You can do that. A.J. Jones at the plate. Takes ball one. He grounded out to the second baseman, his first at bat. Tanner's on deck. Runner in scoring position after the sac bunt from Shane Ernst. He got good speed with Lovelady.
Oh, that's late. That's unfortunate. You got to reset as a pitcher here when that happens to you. You're going, it kind of frustrates you a little bit. You just got to make sure you take a deep breath. It's part of it,
I understand the dudes in the dugout, but I don't understand the dudes in the stands.
I'm not sure what they were chirping. I don't think it was necessarily at the pitcher, but
No, they're just, it always cracks me up. It's just funny to me.
go to Boston.
Oh, I know, right?
Sit in Fenway Park. You'll definitely hear it
ugly.
there.
That's a 3-0 count. So Stover kind of got to try and.
Yeah, you don't want to put this guy on. That's ad in case you didn't know.
Strike one.
Has nothing to do with squirrels.
3-1.
Yeah.
And that is ball four.
Brian's over here giving me advice for fidget spinners. It's you challenge yourself as a coach to get those butterflies when you go out there and you have that kind of energy. And I get that when we get to do these games because there's such a ton of talent out here. I just want to be good, and so I get all antsy when I get to the yard. It takes me a couple innings to settle down. I love this opportunity to watch this level of high school baseball.
Well, and here's the thing: people like Stover. He's got one out, two on. He's got the two walks. There is no break. Nice job by the shortstop. Just keep that in front. There's no break in this lineup. There's nobody that just goes, okay, I know I'm going to get this guy.
No, it
just doesn't. It's not there.
Yeah, that's why you can't walk that guy there in walking Jones. You cannot get to this part of the lineup.
And that is an excellent bunt, and there is no chance. That was a great bunt by Brady Tanner.
Yeah, this is the game within the game, right? You would have liked to seen the third baseman see the hard bunt and vacate that bag, but they wanted to try to get the force there, so they left him there. In that case, when you see the push bunt there as a third baseman, you have to vacate that bag and just go get it. So you have to get an out there. You cannot let that guy reach, regardless if it's a bunt for a hit, speed, whatever. You got to get an out.
Because now you have Vaughn, Rouser, and Humbert
with
one out.
Yeah, and nowhere to put anybody.
That's brutal.
Here you go, bud.
Yeah. That's welcome to big time baseball.
Well, here's your ball game. I mean,
right?
He's either going to get out of it, or this ball game is going to be 3-0 or 3-1 or 4-1 real quick.
It tests your mettle. It sure does test the mettle. Oh my goodness. Because this guy right here, man, I wouldn't want to face him in this situation.
Yeah, no, he got him in the first inning or his first AB on that changeup, but this is a young man that's a really good high school hitter and will make adjustments. You're not going to fool him on that again.
Going to Wichita State University. Fastball is up in the zone. That's interesting.
You can see a little frustration right now by Howell North defenders. You know, some of those pitches are borderline not getting them.
Fly ball center.
Oh, that's
trouble. Trouble, man, because it's drifting.
Go through.
Catch made, yes. But the throw is offline. Hodges makes the catch, gets it in. Sack fly. Lovelady scores from third. So it's 2 outs. Both runners move up. It's second and third, and you have Matt Rouser, who singled in the first run of the game for the Vikings. He's got an opportunity for 2 more. Good speed on the pace paths.
Oh, there you go.
Strike 1.
Oh.
Nice job by Mock not to let that ball get away from him.
I will tell you that's the one thing with the one knee down and starting, loading the glove down. I know that's got its benefits, but sometimes those kids try to pull a little too quick, and they don't squeeze. We saw it yesterday for Washington's catcher, the ball get away, trying to do too much. Catch the baseball.
Popped up. Center fielder under it. Nice job by Hodges. So Carter, Stover leaves 2. They score 1. We're going to the top of the 4th inning. 2-1 Howell.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
Give a shout out to my crack crew down there dodging wasps.
I think the O'Fallon Hoots need to change their names.
To the wasps?
To the wasps.
Mitch, that could have been a lot worse. That was a big out.
Yeah, heck of a job, Stover, making pitches. There's some things that, I think about small detail stuff. If anybody's out there wanting to look at a game and, how to evaluate it, that ball gets away from the third baseman there. Stover's behind the dish, which there's not even a throw to be made here. He's got to be backing up third here. Those are sometimes small things that if that ball does get away, we're in a whole lot of trouble now. And that can go from just limiting. Wow. Again, speaking is hard sometimes, but you can limit runs there.
Yes.
And if it gets away, that's a run possible there. And next thing you know, like you said, it's 3-1.
Absolutely.
So you'd like to see those small details still executed, but we're still dealing with 17 and 18-year-old kids. It's always a learning opportunity. And I think that's what happened when the bunt situation, when he bunted for the hit there.
Right.
That third baseman's going to realize hopefully next time that happens, go get the baseball. That's what you hope happens at least.
You get a read, you see the pitcher's not getting the ball.
Yeah.
I got to get it out.
Yep, and you got to go. And we talk about that when we train that. If we're in that kind of bunt defense.
Leading off is Cooper Harrell, who struck out his first at bat, swings through strike 1. The ultimate, the Oakland A's, New York Yankees, wild card, Derek Jeter. Why was Derek Jeter there? Because he knew there's the ball. I'm going to tag the guy. He's out.
They're just, there's obvious reasons why he was the captain And it's plays like that, and he talks about that play, and he just like, I just had a good read.
Yes.
You know, I saw that the ball was going to be airmailed, and there was nobody there, and I had to be there. You know, and that's just an IQ thing.
Yep. On a 1-2 pitch, Humbert underneath the fly ball for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th inning.
But, you know, when you go back to the bunt defense, there.
Caden Zia
Sorry.
at the plate. That's okay. Struck out his first at bat. Go ahead, Mitch.
For Howell North, their bunt defense, you know, they were trying to get that out at third base, but you had a lefty up. And, you know, for me, as defending against that, I don't like that because it's easy to push the bunt down the third base side than it is to take with you. So take the hey, go rhythm, Curtis. You know, take that bunt away from him, having that third baseman be in, and just have the read. You know, if you have to go get it, you go get it. If you have to go back, go back. But you got to practice that stuff, you know, and you got to be headsy. You got to know what hitters are up. If it's a righty up, that bunt defense may work great.
Absolutely.
You know, because of the handedness matters. It's easy to bunt the opposite field.
Curtis, much better getting ahead and counts in the strike zone. That ball is 2. Tanner up with it. Out number 2.
Well, since those first 2 innings, Curtis has settled in here. Has been really efficient here.
Yes.
In the last 2.
He has not gone deep in counts. He's just keeping it right in front of him.
I got a picture with Dylan. Dylan was about to my armpits when I first got a chance to work with him on his hitting a long time ago. And I saw him out and about, and I told his dad to snap a picture of the two of us. He is about – I'm up to his shoulders now.
Yeah, exactly.
He got tall.
0-2. And that's lined in the gap and cut off there by Leo Humbert.
I really enjoy watching Leo play center field.
Singler with a 2-out single. He just kind of glides to everything.
It's different.
Yep.
It's the, you know, we yesterday we saw kids 5'5" playing center field. You got a 6'1", 6'2". He's got that body, a D1, you know, that D1 body, if you will.
Hodge is at the plate now, number 9 hitter. This would be huge. You know, you're turning over your lineup again here.
I think if I'm Howell North's hitter here, I'm trying to hit the ball as far as I can and as hard as I can, and whatever happens, happens. The one thing I always like when I'm trying to have this part of the lineup is I would like my leadoff hitter to hit with no outs. So put guys in scoring position instead of just trying to like hit a single. You know,
right.
I want you to try to hit a double.
Hit it off the mercy sign over there.
Something. Go over it. Grab Bud. Friend.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and that is looped right to Tanner. Took 3 steps back, catches, ends the inning. They strand 1. We're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Score tied 1-1. Yeah, it's 2-1 Hal. Sorry. Gotcha, Lauren. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. And folks, that's why you check the scoreboard. Because I was just reading, I don't even know what I was reading, but it is 2-1. And the scoreboard, as you can see, our sponsor, the Sports Barn. Right out there, right out over here in O'Fallon.
Wentzville.
Yeah, that's right.
Wentz
Wentzville.
Vegas, if you
Highway
will.
Inn. Wentz Vegas.
That's what we call it.
Wentz Vegas. Highway Inn. Go check out the Sports Barn. It's a great facility, huge. It's been there now. Gosh, how many years, Mitch?
At least 6 or 7. I
Yeah.
actually, when they first opened, I started working for them. One of my favorite things about the Sports Barn, they used to have a Cubs sign and their urinal cakes. So we got to pee on the Cubs.
Oh my goodness!
Don't eat the urinal
Oh,
cake,
man.
fans.
We also, as Bogarts lifts one foul. This is Mason Bogard leading off here. Strike one.
I get frustrated. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Foul ball, left field. Third baseman didn't go nowhere.
Oh, getting to
Catcher,
the.
yeah, it just bothers me. Sorry. If you can't see in here, I'm throwing my hands up and down, acting like a 3-year-old that didn't get his Smarties or something.
We appreciate
His
our
juice box.
Our sponsor, Legacy Performance Academy, our title sponsor. Check them out. STLLPA.com. Mike Ott, Brian Kessler over there doing a great job. They do a lot within the community as well, with their foundation to help kids who are can't necessarily afford baseball. I love that part of it. Go check them out. They got some great stuff online about their foundation. Brian Kessler talked to us about that. Mike Ott. They're doing a lot good over there with Legacy Performance Academy. No matter what kind of athlete you are, it doesn't matter. Track and field, football, baseball. Legacy Performance Academy. Maximize your potential and your performance. There we go. Got a battle going on here between Bogard and Stover. Man, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bogard still keeps fouling them off. In the dirt. 2-2. Over the head of Howard for a leadoff single here by Bogard in this bottom of the 4th inning.
He had 2 hits yesterday in that Howell North game, which Howell won 2-1 yesterday. He had 2 hits yesterday. He's the only guy on both. No, actually, Howard had 2 hits yesterday for Howell North, but look for him to run here soon.
Oh, a delayed steal, and he's going to be cut down right on the top of the helmet.
I'll be quite honest with you. If it wasn't for the ball to be put right on that head and be able to tag him like that, it's no shot. It just happened to be a perfect throw to be able to tag him on the head.
Exactly.
As he's sliding.
So the runner cut down 1-0 to Humbert. Now it's 1-1. So the base runner erased.
That's one thing that I think Francis Howell does really well is their delay steals. It's unique to them. I know that the delay steal is obviously anybody can do it, but the way they execute it is.
Strike 3 on the curveball that breaks back over the plate. Out number 2 gets Humbert looking. Jack Bogard at the plate. Line back up the middle.
That was important to erase that leadoff hitter, too. So
a 2-out single brings up Colin Lovelady. He walked and scored his first at bat. Stover has dealt with more trouble in the last couple innings than Curtis. More
Big
stressful
time.
pitches.
Big time. That could be due to the inconsistency of getting in the strike zone. I think Curtis is challenging these hitters to beat him, where he's trying to be perfect so these guys don't, hit doubles.
Got some Eagles showing up over there.
Yeah, Liberty, you got some boys over there. You got some, I think you got Coach Ryan Franklin's down here from Forza West.
Yeah, see him. He's doing a little scouting.
Maybe. He ain't got no paperwork. He's just using them eyeballs. The old way. The old way to do it. The old eye test. That's still the thing these days.
Lined right at the shortstop and caught it for out number 3. Hard hit ball, but ends the threat. We're going to the top of the 5th. Score 2-1 Vikings.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
All right, we're back with another player spotlight presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. And we got another one from Francis Howell North here, Mitch, one of your boys, Mr. Carson Howard. We're going to see him hitting in the 2 spot here in this inning. Mr. Howard is hitting 300 on the season, 500 slug. He's got 7 doubles, a home run, 11 ribbies. Not to mention, he's doing it on the mound too. Mr. Howard is 2-2 on the season with a 1.38 ERA. Took the loss yesterday in a 2-1 ball game, but pitched a heck of a ball game at a 1.02 WHIP and a 164 opponent's batting average.
Yeah, and I think yesterday I'd have to go back and actually confirm that, but I believe those were unearned runs yesterday. Or no. Sorry, they were earned.
It was earned.
Eli's was unearned
run, yes.
This is a young man that I've got to see play baseball since 14U. He had played on Gas Houses, Basta, 14U. That was part of the team that the first championship game I think I ever saw you at, they beat us 22-0.
Yes.
Remember that?
And you were very livid.
Imagine that. But he was actually one of the young men that I think started that game for them. That's the first time I met Carson. So
absolutely.
That's 3 years ago.
So,
got some ties.
Our player spotlight for Francis Howell North, Carson Howard, presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. Banking for you. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without a mystery and that ball is fouled back, or access to business capital without any surprises, visit one of CNB St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. So the first pitch fouled off. We're back to the leadoff here. And that's 2 fouled off into the seats there. This is I think the opportunity if Hal North's going to get back in this. They're back to the top of the order. We're in the 5th inning. Oh, and Mr. Curtis says, thank you very much. Have a seat. That was a fantastic changeup.
Sweet little sweeper.
Is that
little
the?
sweeper.
Is that his? Okay.
Little sweeper curveball. I mean, they
just had him so far out front, Mitch.
Yeah, the kids like to call it sweep or whatever. It was good.
Fisted off the hands, Rouser up, big, strong arm. That young man's very athletic. Going to Maryville after high school, I think they got a good one there.
They got a good one. I mean, Maryville is doing well recruiting, in this area and in this space. Well, the G.A.Cs, if you will. And they're doing their thing over there. They've turned that program around in the GLVC, and I'm looking for Maryville to be top 25 in the next few years.
Big swing and a miss right over the top for Carter Stover. And it looks like Mr. Curtis, he's dialed in. Big hop. Oh, heck of a... Who says pitchers aren't athletes, baby?
6'4", baby.
That's a heck of a play. We're going to the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-1, Howell. Level up with Legacy Performance Academy. When it comes to development, Legacy Sports and Fitness is all about training the whole athlete, on the field and off. Improve mobility, boost flexibility, prevent injuries, train explosive strength and functional movements, grow as an individual. Because we know a better athlete today becomes a greater player tomorrow. All right, folks, appreciate you joining with us. We have our last player spotlight presented by CNB St. Louis Bank. Mr. Brady Tanner, who we're going to see the third batter of this inning. Mr. Tanner, he's one of those guys, Mitch, that just kind of is under your skin, plays hard. I'm trying to remember. I had it. I didn't write it down where he's going.
Well, I'll look that up because
I
that's
know
the
you
beauty
do.
of having a smartphone.
Yes.
They can help us in time of need.
But Mr. Tanner's hitting 377 on the year. He started off slow, but he's since picked it up. 415 slug, a 441 on base, 12 runs. He's got a couple doubles, 12 RBIs. Mr. Tanner's plays second base for this team, and he's one of those leaders in the clubhouse, I believe, for this Howell squad, Mitch.
I mean, he gets it done, right? Like you talked about, just kind of being scrappy. He's got speed. He plays a really good second base. He's got high IQ and just an all-around good player.
Brady Tanner, our C&B St. Louis Bank player spotlight for the Francis Howell Vikings. C&B STL Bank, banking for you, that's a strike. If you want a bank that answers when you call, a mortgage without the mystery, or access to business capital without any surprises, visit one of C&B St. Louis Bank's 6 area locations or online at cnbstl.com. We got 2 balls and a strike here to Shane Ernst. Foul. Oh, check out Coach P with the left hand, man, getting it done over there.
I don't see a commitment for him. He's last time this was in March, it had uncommitted 2026. So I don't think unless he's committed since then.
I believe he has.
I didn't see anything on the old X or.
We need to ask Mulder. We'll see if we can find him somewhere around here.
April 8th still has him uncommitted.
Shane Ernst goes down on strikes.
And that is PBR had posted that. So
okay.
As of April, maybe he's still uncommitted. Maybe he has some schools in mind, but it doesn't have anything listed for Mr. Tanner, which he will play college baseball.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some skills.
Oh, yeah. Back to the top of the order, A.J. Jones walked and was stranded at third. Pops that off the hands, foul. Strike one. The next game is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing Ryan Dobrat's pitch. Grounded foul? Is that foul?
I'm gonna say yes. Umpire didn't signal. I mean, he grabbed the catcher on his back. Maybe that was
Yeah,
the signal.
I guess.
I'm not sure.
Somebody make
Put
a
his
call.
hand on his back.
Please, somebody make a call. I don't. Oh and 2.
Tell our boys never to assume anything, and you got an umpire that didn't make a decision there.
Right? Popped up, shallow center field under it is Howard, makes the catch. Nice play by the second baseman.
Take charge. You could see why he's one of the area's better athletes is that IQ there to take charge at its highest point and, at the apex of the ball. And that's when you call it. You don't really want to call it when it's on its way up or on its way down, because then you're asking for trouble.
Absolutely. Tanner. Ball one.
And we were kind of talking off air there in between innings. We were talking about kind of the approach to Howell North's hitting. The key, I think, to hitting in general is obviously don't get to 2 strikes. Don't let the pitcher get to the off speed. But if you're sitting on certain pitches like maybe his heater, you have to change kind of the dynamics of your approach.
A 1-2-3 for Stover as the shortstop Zia erases Tanner. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Score 2-1 Howell.
At Legacy Performance Academy, we meet athletes where they are in their development. Whether you're just starting out or already on the path to greatness, Legacy Sports and Fitness is the premier program for growth, with a full training field designed to help you sharpen every aspect of your game. Paired with our elite baseball programs, we've got the foundation for your success.
Appreciate you guys. Check out the Sports Barn. Wentzville, Missouri. SportsBarn.com. Yeah?
Google it.
Hey, over in Wentzville, Highway Inn, training. If you great facility over there, if you're looking for a baseball training facility to go to, check out the SportsBarn.com. Let's go. Appreciate all of our sponsors here. Helps us broadcast and keep this thing going, Mitch.
Yes, it does. All of it helps.
We were talking before, as we were heading to it, you were talking about the at-bats for Howell North.
Yeah, here's the thing. Obviously, Dylan's got good stuff. He's got a fastball that runs in on your hands. He's got a off-speed that's running away from you. Velocity is big-time difference. But the one thing that you need to kind of focus on is, you're chasing a run here, but you need to have the authority, the mindset that you're going to be better than the young man on the bump. And so if he's going to throw you a fastball, you're going to put a swing on it, you have to hit it hard. It's no longer waiting to see what pitch it is out of the hand. You got to expect it. It's the yes, yes, no. And if he throws you a heater, don't miss. And try to hit the thing out front. Don't try to wait to see where location is. See it out of the hand and just rip.
Will Gorski leading off, a tapper. Bogard up with it.
And
out number one. One pitch, one out right there. Or two pitches, excuse me.
But it's a fastball. And how are you hitting a fastball, burying it straight into the ground, being over the top of it? I know the baseball has sink to it, but we're at the third time around for these guys. The adjustments have to be made. You already know where it's at. and what the ball is doing and how the ball is moving if they're talking about it inside the dugout.
Landon Sterrett to the shortstop. That's 3 pitches and 2 outs. Good thing you got a tall first baseman.
Well,
and that is the sportsbarn.org, Mitch, just an FYI.
yeah, but you didn't mention this. Do you know how to claw back into a game? This is a program that's been down for the last couple of years, that is playing one of the premier programs in the country, and emotions and all these different things come in, into a factor here, and you can't pucker up. You got to go out and you got to try to hit the guy off the wall. It's the way that you get back into this ball game. It's the way that you make him pitch deeper. Foul ball.
We got that
No
one.
hand signs.
Foul ball.
That's because it was quiet, but you just like to see these guys trying to hit the guy, pull it. We talked about it in yesterday's games. They're waiting to make decisions, and
He lifted that one, but Mason Bogart underneath it. That's a 1-2-3 and an easy inning for Curtis. We're
3 in a
going
row.
to the bottom of the 6th inning and score 2-1 Howell.
I'm here with Coach Burley today at the G.A.C. North Classic here at CarSheild. First off, Coach, thanks for giving me that class today on this beautiful day. I'm watching baseball, Sometimes you just got to go back to the basics with them.
Sometimes, yeah.
Folks, we want to thank our sponsor for today's scoreboard, the Sports Barn West, Wentzville, Missouri. Go to sportsbarn.org. Check out all the information that you need. Individual training, 8-week training program, speed and agility. Tournaments, whatever the case may be, check out the Sports Barn West in Wentzville, Missouri at the sportsbarn.org. All right, here we go. Jackson Vaughn at the plate. Pops it up. Sky high. That's a big league fly ball right there.
come back towards the field, towards center.
Under it is the right fielder, or left fielder, Harrell, for out number 1.
That'll help Stover out.
One
Keeping him in
pitch.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you got to respect that too. It's like when you come out and pump strikes, and you're in the heart of your lineup, you know that they're going to be aggressive because you just don't give strikes away. That's got to be the key to most offenses, right? Do not give strikes away. Because we talked about it yesterday, how the batting average changes from 1-0 to 0-1 and, to 2 strikes and stuff like that. And
Matt Rouser at the plate has the sac fly today.
But the difference to me is, in that fly ball there that you just had to your left fielder, that's the swing that you want to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not the jam job that is a 7 hopper to the shortstop that it, dead sprint.
1 ball, 1 strike.
So what if you're a little out front, Try to do damage.
Well, we see some Eagles, but no Jaguars.
Got coach here. Smell the cap.
Oh, but not Jaguars. I'm sorry. Spartans. No Spartans. I don't see any Spartans.
They're at school hitting.
Probably.
Coach probably got them doing bunt
Coach
defense.
Beckman's like working them.
Yeah.
Work it.
He's intense sometimes when he gets on the field. And sometimes he has to, the difference between being young
Grounded sharply. Nice play.
Oh, that's
Howard over at first base.
We didn't get that change.
Little defensive change there. Nice
got-
play. Number 1 for Francis Howell North is at second base now.
That's Luciano Bomarito.
Pavarotti.
Luch plays for my summer team, so I could see that from
Bomarito.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Little change in defense. Nice play by Howard. Showing his versatility, man. He's at second. He's at first. He's on the mound. He's doing it all.
Yeah, last inning when he caught that ball in shallow center field, he kind of motioned to his arm being a little sore. I wonder if that had something to do with the
Probably
move.
The move. Yep.
So
One ball, one strike to Mason Bogard.
I think yesterday he had 100 pitches yesterday.
And that's down low. And to the bullpen there, Dirks, who came in, Andrew Dirks, who came in yesterday, pitched the 7th inning, is down in the bullpen warming up for the Vikings.
There's no way they're going to him yet. Unless there's a pitch limit on Curtis. Curtis only has 72 through 6.
Oh! That one got right up in his kitchen.
It looks like the exchange was Luch had gone in for Singler.
Okay.
That was the exchange per game changer.
Gotcha. Singler. Yeah, who was at first base?
Yep. Which is an interesting move because Singler has 2 hits on the day.
Which will
So I
probably,
wonder if he
that's
re-entered.
that's defensive purposes. Big swing and a miss for Humbert. He is taking his hacks, though, isn't he?
You got to keep swinging when you're going through this funk. There's a pick 'em. Hit him.
Bogard distracted a little bit, you think, maybe?
No, I think that Stover's got enough experience to that stuff doesn't bother him. I would have liked to actually seen him step off and just kind of reset. Yeah.
So it was a little, well, not necessarily a distraction, but, I mean, you hit the batter.
Well,
I think he sat there, like you said, then why step off? If you're not distracted, you don't need to step off. You can just throw the pitch and throw a strike.
I think any time that you take extra time to do something,
Yeah.
then that's when you need to just kind of have that reset because sometimes you get stuck in a position, things like that, whether you're the hitter or the pitcher. Just
And I think it got Bogard, great jump, popped up. It's going to be out of play for Jack Bogard. And I think that how that started is Bogard there first gave him a couple looks, and I think it took his eye off the prize, and then he tried to settle himself back, took the extra time, and I think that's why I agree with you. He should have stepped off, but I think that's where it started.
oh yeah, 100% because he was set right.
Yeah.
And so he had to step off in order not to balk. It's a big pitch right here.
It is, bud. It is.
This could change your game. 2-1.
Yep. Oh, man. You dropped that out of the sky, Mitch.
I'm not sure who called that. I don't know if that's a catcher-pitcher relationship there. There's a lot of trust, but that you talk about
A big-time
guts.
pitch.
Yeah.
2-2. But a fastball lined into center field. Coming up, the throw home is going to be
Put it on him. What a play.
in time.
What a play.
Heck of a throw out there by Hodges, and a
He's
great
hurt.
play by the catcher Mock to get the tag on him to cut down the run and keep this a 2-1 ball game. We're going to the top of the 7th inning. Score 2-1 Howell.
Looks like Francis Howell North is going to have some substitutions. Number 9 is going to come in and hit for Zia. And then Bomarito's still in the lineup as of now. I don't it looks like this.
Avi Patel.
Yeah, is that his first name?
Yeah.
I don't have their
Avi
first
Patel.
names here.
I
I
got
just
you.
have their last name. So
Avi Patel.
yeah, it looks like number 24 on deck. Or sorry. Singler looks like he's coming back in. So it looks like the moves that are going to be made for Howell North for the top of the 7th here against Curtis, who's been super efficient since the 3rd inning. You got to get to the top of the lineup. So somebody at the bottom is going to have to do a job here.
So from the left side, strike 1. Grounded back to Curtis. Brings up the aforementioned re-enter, Carter Singler. He's 2 for 2 today. Been stranded both times. Number 24 on deck.
Looks like Braden Witherby is going to pinch hit for Hodges.
It's ball 1. That's fouled back out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. So they're trying to do, trying to shake something up, Mitch.
I like the approach here late in the game by Curtis. How he's fastball, beat. Here's my best, and he's going to flip that sweeper up.
Here it comes.
Yeah, because he's getting ahead, so he can throw it 3 times in a row. That's what I'd like to see Stover do last inning. There it is.
Just got a piece.
That 2-1 sequence. I would go.
It's got to be the school. Yeah, the schools.
Yeah, it's got to be from the high school.
And that ball is hammered over the head of A.J. Jones. Singler on his way to second base with a 1-out double.
It's big.
Kid's been hot. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game. They haven't been able to get him out.
That's where you like to see the leadoff hitter. I know Patel's coming in off the bench here, but to take a couple pitches, get your timing, or at least take one. But he swung at the first pitch of that at bat, and make him pitch a little bit more, and this could happen.
Braden Witherby hit, couldn't hold up on the check swing. Witherby is hitting 125 on the season in 29 plate appearances. Just trying to change something up, it looks like, Mitch.
I like the sequence here. This is pretty cookie cutter, but I think you go off speed here. 0-2, ball up in the zone, eye level changes.
I think
you dump that slider.
Anxious
sweeper.
to get it, and he
Well,
swinging at something away.
Yeah, I mean he's all over the place. He's got him thinking. this is the perfect scenario for that typical approach to sequencing pitching. The heater.
Tried to go up in the zone a little bit. Just got a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes still.
And again, that's me on the outside looking in.
Sure.
You got to know what you're dealing with. If Curtis feels like his heater is there, you don't flip that and miss that. You got to bury the slider here in that case. You also don't want to move him up. So if you happen to throw the ball away or something.
Tying run at second base. There you go.
I'd throw it twice. That's what I thought Stover should have did last inning. He threw that 2-1 curveball. Typically, you see 2-1, you went 2-2 with it, you throw it a third, you throw it again on the 2-2 pitch, and even after that, you throw it 3 times in a row.
2 balls, 2 strikes. North making some noise here in the top of the 7th inning.
This is turning into a QAB for Witherby.
So now, see, when you get into, I think, with the deep counts like this, now it's just a matter of, who's going to beat who. You kind of seen it. You know it. What's coming. Didn't chase, Mitch.
He's worked himself into a QAB with the 3-2 count. Now here's what kind of trust do you have if you're Curtis? A couple shakes. I don't know if that was on purpose, but yeah, they're not on the same page here because he's not sure what he's feeling.
Big spot.
And you don't have to give in to him still. If you put him on, you put yourself into a force play for a double play opportunity. I would flip that off speed here.
That fastball again.
That's what he trusts. The
late
pitcher.
in this game, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you throw that off speed away or something like that, but you could throw the off speed for a competitive strike. And again, I mean, you have to get the next hitter out for sure because you got Howard and then Stover behind it. But again, let this young man get himself out. He hasn't shown the ability to do that on the season, because he's hitting $150 or whatever it was going into this at bat. You let him get himself out.
This meeting, it's kind of what you said. He's like, what are we doing here? How are we going to get him out? And they still haven't come to that conclusion yet. That's 2 visits in this at bat. So it kind of shows you, what am I comfortable with to get him out?
Mm-hmm.
Grounded back up the middle. High hop.
That's productive, though.
Yep. Now you got the tying run 90 feet away. Wild pitch.
Yep.
Anything right there. Nice play by the shortstop Bogard.
You just want Mole here to have a competitive AB. If you're going to lose, you're going to lose on a competitive at bat. You don't want to go up looking for off speed. You want to stay on his heater. That's what he's showing, to be able to throw for strikes. You just got to get this thing out front.
Ball 1.
And also, if you're, one of the things about these hard backstops like this, if the ball is up in the zone and gets overthrown, that thing's coming back pretty hot back to the catcher.
A little bouncer. Dylan to it. Oh, throws it away. Ball on his way to second base and rolls around second and headed to third and is going to be out. Coach Friedline, he overslid the bag. Coach Friedline got to be careful. He might get himself tossed there. I don't know that he got himself back to the bag, but a heck of a throw. I thought it was a little greedy. But the out, but not before. Howell North ties the game. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Score 2-2.
I'm here with Coach Burley today at the G.A.C. North Classic here at CarSheild. First off, Coach, thanks for giving me that class today on this beautiful day. I'm watching baseball, you know. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go back to the basics with them.
Sometimes, yeah.
Looks like we have some re-entries happening. We have Zia going back in at shortstop. You have Howard moving back to second base with Singler going back to first base, and the center fielder Hodges going back into the game for Witherby there. So it worked. Made some changes.
It did work, right?
Got an opportunity to score a run there.
Tied the game.
Yep. We talked about it early in the game, how Howell was able to score was on the free bases given to them, and here we go again, and how North is able to execute, if you will, the free base.
Man, this would be our third extra inning game in this. Oh, my gosh, Mitch.
Take it.
Free baseball, folks. Free baseball.
Well, you got Howell still has a shot to
Lovelady
walk this off.
Ernst. And then to the top of the order in A.J. Jones. And Lovelady takes the ball. Back out is Stover. And that's right there. I understand, and he's going to walk back off right there. Your team just got tied. You come out and you go down 2-0 to the leadoff hitter. He took a breath here. Let's see if he can get himself back into the count. There it is, right there. 2 balls and a strike.
He's on the end of his pitch count here. He's only has maybe a batter left. So Hal North's going to be forced to make a decision here in a minute.
I haven't seen anybody in the bullpen down there.
Yeah, they had a guy warming up.
They?
He come in the dugout.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
I didn't see who it was.
I think Lovelady would like to have that pitch back.
That's. I mean, this just, again, this is a youth hitter we're talking about. Again, I would love to see those guys try to hit the ball out front and trying to pull a baseball there versus just trying to fight. You don't have to fight till you have 2 strikes,
Yep.
There's a reason they call it offense.
Be offensive.
Be offensive.
That's right.
Hurt feelings.
I'm here to offend the pitcher. Oh, just got a piece.
Lovelady keeps fighting here. This may be his last batter.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Grounded to the third baseman. Oh, that's a tough play. And I think a mistake by the third baseman. I think that's going to go. You got to see if that's going to go foul, Mitch. Made a decision. There it is. Winning run at second base. Shane Ernst at the plate.
You know what's happening? I could. He might be coming to get him now.
Yeah, he is. He's got to.
Here's the thing. If I'm North, he's going to bunt here. The winning run's going to be at third base. They're going to get it down.
Yeah.
You got to get an out here. I wouldn't be opposed if he put the next 2 guys on and you just take the chance at the big dog.
Right.
Just you're putting up force plays. It's going to be tough. So. Singler's going in. He was throwing in the pin. He had ran down there. That may be why they put him in last
that's
inning.
right. That's what happened.
Yep.
They swapped that so he could warm up. So Stover out of the ball game We'll get some totals on him here just 1 second.
Yeah, it's always interesting on what a team will do to try to win a ball game. I'm fully anticipating that Howell's going to bunt here with their 9-hitter up runner at second base. They may squeeze again. You're going to see everybody in. I think you almost put the next two guys on, which is going to be your leadoff and 2-hitter, and you're literally asking your guy to beat the number, have the number 3 hitter up and say, beat me. But he's left-handed, right? So it's a lefty-on-lefty match. Take your chances here. Depends how you want to play this game out. Maybe you get an out here against Ernst. You pitch to Jones. If you walk Jones, you might walk Tanner.
Stover goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 base on balls, and 4 Ks. Kevin, we were asking earlier, is Mr. Brady Tanner committed? Thank you.
You didn't trust me.
I did. Just confirming, baby. You got to confirm.
I'm kidding.
So here we go with Singler coming into the ball game on the mound. Number 2 comes in at second base.
Which is Mole, who was in right field.
Yep. And that has moved Stover out to right field.
There's nothing like pitching it, throwing 100, and then you go in the outfield for a potential game winner right here.
Oh, my goodness. Shane Ernst at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He's got the sack bunt. Does it again, shows, but no. Ball 1.
I don't even know. I think if I'm the third baseman here, I'm probably making sure I get a read play here as well. Almost like to see him open up a little bit to keep an eye on the.
Fouls it back to the screen. Strike 1.
You do the old slug bunt here?
Possible.
Listen, look at how hard the first baseman's charging. Just a little pullback and just slug it right in the ground. It's a game winner. The little pullback routine and then just take a full-on hack.
Down the third base line. Great bunt.
Eat it.
Singler is not going to have a play.
I don't understand. That does not matter at third base. You got to have your third baseman charge. Everybody, the corners need to go, period. I think now you have no choice but to walk Jones and force.
You've got to get force situations at this point.
Well, you cannot.
You got no outs.
Yeah, you cannot give a free base. You have to take that away. You got a lefty on the mound. That's a long throw for him.
Yep. You knew that was going to happen.
I think you have to. Your chances to win this ball game right now for Howell are extremely high. So Howell North has to take almost every situation. Outfield shallow.
So the intentional walk to Jones loads the bases. Nobody out. Brady Tanner, look at that right there in the spot. Our last player spotlight. Big spot. Strike 1. Jackson Vaughn on deck.
I'd actually like to see the second baseman move more towards the 3-4 gap. Hit him.
That hit him. That's an HBP. Yes, it did. You could hear it.
It hit him.
The walk-off hit by pitch. Brings in the winning run, Colin Lovelady, and a 3-2 win in the bottom of the 7th for the Howell Vikings. Tough one right there.
Yeah, it definitely is a tough one. I think if I'm North, I wouldn't put my head down there. I know
No.
you got some guys throwing some gloves. It's, whatever, you took an L there. Played a heck of a ball game. Hold your heads up a little better than that.
Players of the game, Carter Stover. Carter Stover.
And Singler. I mean, he was all there.
Oh, he was 3 for 3, yeah. And Dylan Curtis.
Tanner?
Brady Tanner. We'll get him up here and talk to them both. That'll be great. Let's do it. Folks, we'll be back at 4:30 for our second game of the day, Liberty taking on Howell Central. For now, from the ballpark, we'll see you at 4:30.